Hello, welcome back to part 19 of Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3. Oh wow, I just said Dark Souls for some reason. Now, there are a lot of Titanite chunks in the next area, that way and that way. But first, we're gonna go this way. This isn't the way. This is an optional area, but this is a way we can go, and I'm going to grab a shit ton of Titanite chunks, as well as an Estus shard. So this is a cathedral night. Two-handing your weapon, you won't bounce off their shield. Large Titanite shard, but we don't need that. We need some chunks. You better hope you brought some blooming purple moss clumps, because you'll probably need them. Anyway, don't ride the elevator at the bottom. Jump off right chunk. And we'll be coming back here later, definitely. But first there is an Estus shard. Titanite chunk. Oh, and there are also a lot of those things. Fucking abyss beasts around. So you don't want to get caught by those fuckers. Black Fire Bomb, Shadow Outfit, and Cloth. So none of these are Titanite chunks. But oh shit. Titanite chunk. Summon Sign. Summon Hawkwood if you want. Other Titanite chunk. And this is the shortcut. You can also jump off right here to grab a ring and kill an enemy, but I'm not going to do that. As I said, we'll come back later. So we need normal Titanite to upgrade the Fugs. I mean normal Titanite to upgrade the Butcher's Knife, Twinkling to upgrade the Fugs, and Scales to upgrade the Shield of Want. So you're going to want to get all three of those items, at least for now. Which is good, because there is a Titanite scale. Watch out. There's a bunch of these fucking thrall assholes. And those assholes up there that are boosting the thrall's attack damage. And that was a chunk, I believe? Yeah. Because we only need 10 to get our weapon, to get the butcher's knife. No, it's called butcher's knife, yeah. The butcher's knife to plus 9? And then we can use a Titanite slab to get it to 10, because we have a Titanite slab. Thankfully. Rest the bonfire just to refill my Estus. Now, there are a few enemies up ahead, so if I were you, I would evade. If you are seen by these guys, just that Red Eyes Knight, just fucking run. Run around the room for long enough, and you should be able to make it to this altar and grab this. That'll be a shortcut in there. But what that guy did is he just buffed him with Sacred Oath. Increases your attack, decreases the amount of... Increase your attack, decrease damage taken. But literally just run past the Lothric Knights. Like, there's a fucking bonfire right here. Also, it's a good place to farm for sunlight metals offline, because these guys drop sunlight metals. Though it's a really rare drop. It took me like 4 hours to get 30. Well, rather 25, because I've already gotten 5. Oh, they also drop Titanite chunks, so... They usually drop large shards, though. They also drop their armor, their shield, crossbow, which I've never, ever seen them use, and a few other things. Now this part is going to go quick. Like, really, really quick. Like, I'm just going to run past everything. Titanite chunk. Nothing up here. Not gonna go in there just yet. Run past you. Grab another Titanite chunk. So you want to just juke these guys. Just evade them as best you can. Hope you don't get hit. That's not even the Titanite chunk. This is the Titanite chunk. So as you can see, there are an awful lot of enemies after me at the moment. But there's another bonfire, luckily. So just rest at it. Or not. How the fuck did that happen? That armor just exploded. Now, before we progress, there's a... Up that way, before we progress up that way, there's still... Better this guy. He has the Grand Lance, and he's also protecting one. So you can get it from him. Lothric Knight Long Spear. And then the Great Lance is right there. Now, there are two dragons, and a second one will pop up. So you want to roll down. This isn't the way to go. You're going to want to roll down the other side. First things first. This guy turns into an abyss beast, so you're going to want to kill him before he does. As there are two twinkling Titanites back here. You gotta watch out for these guys, because these assassin guys are way tougher than they were before. They gank you so hard. Really, you can just block them with your weapons. Fucking bounce off you. There's a guy up there, and you can grab the sniper crossbow and sniper bolts. There's a winged knight up there, and I really don't want to deal with him. So now I have enough Titanite chunks. If you guys don't, I'll show you where to pick up one when I return here. But first, I need to return to the Lothric Castle bonfire, as I missed I just missed an armor set. That's all. One little armor set to grab on my run when I was grabbing the Titanite chunks from Lothric Castle bonfire to this one. I missed the Winged Knight armor set, which not a lot of people know about this one, because it's sort of hidden. Because it's as soon as you go into the room, a Winged Knight drops down, and not a lot of people want to fight those guys. They're pretty fucking tough. Now keep in mind, this is a video showing you how to beat Dark Souls, not showing you a build in Dark Souls. This isn't a fucking strength, like extremely good strength build. This is just me playing to play. I'm gonna watch out for him. That's the Wing Knight. He's got dual axes too. So up here you may think there's nothing, but there is an illusory wall, which not a lot of people know about, as well as the Winged Knight armor, which is pretty good, and the Sacred Gloom Shield. And now that we're done with that, we just go back to the shrine. Level up my weapons, as I should be able to level them up. Let's see, I've got 3 Titanite scales, which I need 1 more to level up the shield. 10 Twinkling Titanite. I have enough to level up the bugs, and 10 over 10 chunks, which is enough to level up the Butcher's Knife. Also, almost got the max Estus. And I'm going to bring the Butcher's Axe to +10, because at +10 gets an S rank. The also at +5 the Fugs gets an S rank. As you can see, I almost have enough to upgrade the Shield of Want.
Pretty.
Got a lot of soul packs. I just realized that. Pretty good bit of soul packs. How much do I need to level up? 30,000. I might have enough. Definitely gonna have enough.
Well, very then hey. Farewell, Ashen One.
Because when I use the Fugs, I usually two-hand it. I've almost got enough, as you can see. Almost. I usually two-hand the Fugs, so it's alright that I don't have 50 strength, because I never one-hand it, ever. So, the Butcher's Knife. So, you know, I can keep the Shield of Want on my back, or I can use the Grass Crest Shield to have more stamina regen. Ah. Kind of weird.
Yeah, but I'm aware of the danger. That castle is a death trap. Not a single man has returned from the castle unscathed, even back in the day.
Sorry, I had to skip that.
But I don't want to sit around and die a petty rat, and I consider myself your friend.
Fine, you can go to Lothric Castle.
Thank you for placing your trust in me. Don't you worry. I know Lothric like the back of my hand.
Damn well better.
Goodbye. Do stay safe, you hear?
Yeah, well. Anyways, I'll return to the Consumed King's Garden to fight the boss there. Don't ask me why, I just feel like going ahead and fighting this boss. Also, you can summon Hawkwood for this fight. The guy that was sitting there earlier. You can summon him if you want. It's cool, you don't have to. But it's important to note that I sent Greyrat to Lothric Castle. If you do send him to Lothric Castle, he will not return. I'm not going to say why, I'm just going to say he won't return. So, you know, it's one of those things. Anyways, got almost max Estus. There's one more Estus and one more Estus shard in the whole game. If you've been following this, there's one more Estus shard in the and one more Undead Bone shard in the whole game. And then your Estus and will be maxed out in on both fronts. Okay, you can come into here. That's good. Too bad you won't. Yeah, he fell and died. Dragon Scale Ring. Prevents, decreases damage taken from backstab, I believe. Now if you come over here, you can summon Hawkwood if you want. I'm not going to summon him though. You can if you want. Also, that one guy in the middle, sitting there, doing guard, right there in front. He drops the magic stone plate ring, I believe. So if you want that, you can kill him.
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up. For he is all that I have.
This is an optional boss, by the way. So, I would just like to mention that. This is optional. You don't have to fight this boss. I don't really see him jump a lot. This fight's better done unlocked, in my opinion. Don't lock onto him.
Dear little Ocelot, where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear? Now, show yourself, Ocelot. My dear little Ocelot.
I just want that dialogue to play. So what you want to do to avoid that is go behind him somehow. Like literally just get behind him, it's perfectly fine. If you know what the Pestilent Mercury sorcery is, that's what he's using basically. But on a much larger scale. Will you fucking stop with the... I hear he just goes batshit. You want to watch out for a few of his attacks, especially the one where he just jumps like that and starts running away. That one is pretty fucked. And that tail spin isn't very dangerous, so... Quite easy to evade, actually. So that move is dangerous if he just kicks off the ground with no like, it's not like, oh, I'm about to run. No, he just does it. See if I can get him to do his long range. That will curse you, just like Thief in Dark Souls 1, so watch out for that. Soul of Consumed Oceiros. And 76,000 souls, not bad. So there's his soul. I'll let you guys look at it for a sec. But not for very long. That was actually a pretty good fight. I only used, what, 5 Estus? The first phase I took a good bit of damage, but the second, that was actually a pretty good fight. Probably the best I've had against him. He was the really, I don't know why, I think it's because I watched a little bit of a walkthrough, so I knew a few of the boss's attacks, but not a single boss. The first boss that even killed me in this game on my first playthrough was the dancer, and then I beat her on the second attempt. Oceiros was the first one that even gave me any trouble, because he killed me like 5 times before I actually killed him. Just fuck off. Here's the Path the Dragon emote. You're gonna want that for later. And here's a chest no one really ever sees, but it's got a Titanite scale in it. So, if you need a Titanite scale, fucking come get that shit. Oh, and there's this. So, and if you come here on your first playthrough, you will also get a trophy. There are a few things in this area. I'm not really going to get any of them. If you go to the left, there is a ring which allows you to get more FP back from using Ashen Estus. This is basically the tutorial area all over again. If you remember where we fought the giant crystal lizard on the first playthrough, I mean the first episode, there's 2 of them now, and they give 2 Titanite scales. But next time we will progress, and by progress I mean I'm just going to run to the boss. And you can summon the Swordmaster, which I'm going to summon him because this boss is a joke with the Swordmaster. So, until then, see you guys.